This is Dave with Napco Tech Support. In this video, I will cover how to troubleshoot schedules that aren't working properly in MVP Access. Feel free to pause the video at any time if it makes it easier to follow along. Sometimes you may run into an issue where either a door isn't locking or unlocking when it's scheduled to, or a badge doesn't work on a door when it's scheduled to. Now, there are several things that can cause this problem, so the first thing you need to do is narrow down the source of the issue. So what exactly can cause this problem? In my experience, it usually comes down to three things. Either it's a programming issue, a communication issue, or a hardware issue. Before I go any further, I do want to state that you will need someone on site to do the troubleshooting. Only part of the troubleshooting is done through the web portal, because after each step, someone is going to have to physically verify that the lock is doing what it is supposed to. I find the easiest of these to eliminate first is the communication, and the quickest way to do that is to grab a test card and add it to the system. Make sure it has the All Door Access group and save it. Then test and see if the card works. Or if you already have a working test badge, go to Personnel and uncheck the Badge Enable box and save. If your card stops working, then you know you can communicate to the locks. You may also notice that whenever you save changes, the command status on the left lights up. This is a very useful tool because you can observe data transfers in real time. Now, most of the time, if you are just sending a small change, then the data will transfer faster than you can check on it. But if you see this staying lit up, then that could indicate that something is having issues transmitting. In this example here, I have shut down all my controllers and my gateway. So when I change the program and click Save, you can see the download is queued, but nothing is happening. I can also go to Configuration and then Locks and try and force a full download to the lock. Then go back to my command status, and you can see there is a new one in the queue, but it can't go anywhere. You can also go to the main dashboard. You can see here that I have 4 controllers disconnected and 0 connected. Another thing you will notice is back under Configuration Panels/Locks, the controllers are red. These are the controllers that aren't talking to MVP at the moment. Another potential problem is, for whatever reason, you are having a hardware issue. Either for some reason the lock is incapable of performing a schedule, or in the case of the wireless locks, the gateway is failing to get the information to the lock. First, I want to explain eliminating the gateway as the problem, and then I will go into the testing of schedules in more detail. If you have the alarm lock wireless locks and you are running into schedule issues, to verify your gateway is communicating with your locks properly, go to Configuration, then Wireless Configuration. Find the lock or locks in the list that are having the issues. Are those locks on the same gateway, or are they on different gateways? Are there other locks on those gateways, and are those locks working fine? Also, note the signal strength of your lock. If it's below 40, then you are in the danger zone. If you have multiple locks on the same gateway, but only one of them is having the issue, then you can eliminate the gateway from the list of potential problems and focus directly on testing the lock. But if every lock on the gateway is having the issue and you have good signal strength, then you might have problems with that gateway. The easiest way to test a lock to see if it's working with schedules is to make a test schedule. What I usually do is I create a schedule with multiple events over the course of about 10 minutes. You can see in this schedule here that I have created 3 events. Each event will last for 2 minutes and then turn off for 2 minutes. When you create something like this, make sure you set the times within a range that you will be available to work in. If you set it to start 1 minute from the present, then you may not give yourself enough time to finish the program download it, and then get to the device to test. On that same note, you don't want to set it for 45 minutes from now and force yourself to wait around for a long time. If I apply this schedule to a free access schedule, I can then monitor this lock to verify that it unlocks and locks multiple times over the course of 10 minutes. Once again, you will want to stand at the lock to test and verify this. Even though you can view its status on the website, you want to get eyes on the lock and verify that it is doing what the website says it is doing. You can also build a test access group and then apply your test schedule to it, and then assign that access group to your test badge and test your badge at the door over those 10 minutes to verify it works. Finally, let's talk about holiday calendars. If you run into an issue where everything else is working fine, but you are having issues with just your holiday calendars, well, we can use all of the same troubleshooting concepts previously explained. The only thing you'll do a little differently is the test schedule explained in the previous chapter. You'll still build it in a similar way, but instead of assigning it to an access group or a reader, you will assign it to the lock itself and directly to the personnel record. You can see in this example, I have created a test holiday calendar, and just like in the previous example, I have created 3 events that will take place over the course of 10 minutes. When applied to a lock that is using a free access calendar that is currently in free access, my test holiday calendar will take it out of free access for 2 minutes and then put it back into free access for 2 minutes and then repeat the process a couple more times. You can do the same thing with your personnel. Assign the holiday schedule to your test card and verify that it stops working during the times designated in the holiday calendar. If the previous 2 tests worked, the last thing to do would be to add a time that takes place in the near future that will last for a couple minutes to your existing holiday calendar that you were having issues with. Then assign that calendar back to the lock and see if it works. As always, if you need documentation on any current Napco devices, or if you're looking for more videos like this, head on over to our tech library at tech.napcosecurity.com.